Welcome to this week's edition of Wargame News. News that matter to you and to me. I don't know about anybody else, but it matters. First piece on Wargame News. STUKAJOE on the BGG page in the file section has uploaded more RAF, the Battle of Britain 1940, the John Butterfield solo game, sequence of play cards. I've used them. I think it's awesome. Makes the game flow, man. Bang, bang, bang. No problem. Revolution Games is having a July sale. 30 to 35-ish% off. And also, news of a convention in your home, in your comfort, or at your or whatever, is the Virtual Dragoons Assembly. July 31st and August 1st, 2020, featuring Mo of Mo's Game Table, Lock and Roll Publishing, Academy Games, and more. And I'm going to go down through the roster of events that's going to happen here. I don't know if anything is going to be updated. I'm going to speak to one of these guys and we'll get all this in order. So, it begins Friday at 5 o'clock. And it's the event name, Conflict of Heroes. France 1940 pre-release from Academy Games. So this starts Friday at 5, lasts about 180 minutes, and it's on Tabletop Simulator, and the maximum amount of tickets for this is 4. I'm assuming I'm relaying this information correctly from what I can read on the page. Also, as a seminar, Mo of Mo's Game Table, Happy Hour and Convention Welcome at 8 o'clock Friday, lasts about 90 minutes, and 100 people can attend. Also, Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, Cedar Mountain, Friday, 6 o'clock, lasts about 180 minutes. This is played on Vassal, 2 people. Lock and Load Tactical, Airborne, Friday, 7 p.m., lasts about 180 minutes. This is on Tabletopia, 4 people max. World at War 85, Storming the Gap, Friday, 9 o'clock, 180 people, Tabletop Simulator, 4 people max. Salamanca and Epic Command and Colors Napoleonic Battle, Saturday morning, 10 a.m., lasts about 240 minutes, on Tabletop Simulator, maximum amount of people, 8. Also, there's a seminar Saturday at 10 in the morning. Also, Designing the Heroes Rising 3 Kingdoms War Game. Again, Saturday at 10 a.m. Lasts about an hour. 100 people can attend this. Another seminar at 11, Saturday, 11 a.m. Introduction to War Game Design at Georgetown University. Duration, 1 hour. Maximum amount of tickets, 100. Lock and Load Tactical, Airborne, again, Saturday, noon, 180 minutes, on Tabletopia, 4 people max. Conflict of Heroes France 1940 pre-release, I guess they're going through this again so a lot of people can attend. Saturday at 1 o'clock, about 180 minutes, on Tabletop Simulator, 4 people. A seminar on games and sims for training and learning, Saturday at 2, 90 minutes, about 100 people can attend. Going on to games again with World at War 85, Storming the Gap, Saturday at 3 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, 1600 hours, if I'm not mistaken. 60 minutes, 100 people can attend. Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, Cedar Mountain, Saturday, 6 p.m., 180 minutes, is played on Vassal, 2 people. SPI's Tannenberg, Saturday at 6, 180 minutes, on Tabletop Simulator, 3 people can play. Also, Mo, from Mo's Game Table, interviews Uwe Eichert from Academy Games. This will be taking place Saturday at 7 p.m., about an hour, and 100 people can attend this. Okay, now, going on to Prokhorovka. Hey, I said that right. An Overlord Memoir 44 World War II Battle, or M44. I have to check that out. Saturday, 8 p.m., 240 minutes, tabletop simulator, 8 people can attend, and Mo of Mo's Game Table interviews David Heath from Lock and Load Publishing. Saturday, 9 p.m., 1 hour, about 100 people can attend. Now, if there are any updates, I'll try to make them in a separate blurb as the show goes on. But this is it. Awesome things. The Virtual Dragoon Assembly, again, July 31st and August 1st, 2020. Armchair Dragoons. Trevor Just, one of my supporters, to know when he's here, wrote me an email concerning Charles Kibler, the famous artist for Paths of Glory, ASL, Triumph and Tragedy, Upfront, Liberty or Death, and lots more. And I met Charles, I should say, I'm sorry. I met Charles Kibler at WBC, and we're going to do a little intermezzo on his maps. He had famous maps and all that. Well, it seems he's in a little bit of medical trouble, and he's asking for our help in helping pay these bills. So I'm gonna show you the link up here. Well, the link, not the link, the page, and I'm going to put the link in the descriptions below. Hopefully, if I don't forget, because I'm dafted like that. But anyways, I'm putting this up, a picture of Charles and the GoFundMe page. So please, let's help him out. Publishing and A Matter of Honor. The Battle of Le Bourget, October 30th, 1870. A Matter of Honor is an action-packed two-player tactical board game using a simple but effective area impulse activation system. What you get with this game is one 8-page rulebook, 24 event cards, 3 double-sided player aids, one 22x17 game map, and 120 double-sided counters. Game design is by Jacques Rabier. Yeah, magazine number 14, with a game called Rakenkrieg. And as they say on the website, this issue comes with a spiffy new man-to-man solitaire game from one of the best solitaire designers in the industry, Gottardo Zancani. White Dog Games and Claws of the Tiger, the Japanese invasion of Malaya, 1941 to 1942. And what you get with this game is one 17x21 game map, 15 British and Japanese force counters, 2 force detail sheets, 139 force detail markers, 9 activation markers, 2 tactical detail sheets, a game turn marker, and lots more. HOLLANDSPIELE and Dinosaur Table Battles. This is a game designed by Tom Russell and the art is by Will Alambre. The game takes 30 to 45 minutes to play. It's a 2-player game and solitaire suitability is high. What you get with this game are 50 cards, 12 dice, 27 hit tokens, and a 4-page rulebook. The Field of the Cloth of Gold, a game designed by Tom Russell, plays in 20 minutes. It's a 2-player game, low in the solitaire suitability section, and what you get with this game is 1 canvas playing board, 54 tiles, 7 wooden pieces, and a 4-page rulebook.
Hi everybody! First of all, many wishes to my American friends for the 4th of July Independence Day. However, for this week we will travel a bit farther in time than 1776, because this week's greatest day of history in games is July the 10th, 48 BC, the day of the Battle of Dyrrhachium in modern-day Albania between Julius Caesar and Pompey the Great. Now, that particular Roman civil war, perhaps the most famous of all them, broke out when Julius Caesar, after his mandate as proconsul and his many great victories in Gallia and Britannia, was asked by the Senate to give up the command of his army. Caesar, fearing that his political adversaries would exploit his weakness, said he would accept only after Pompey gave up command of his own armies. Pompey refused, and Caesar took the fateful step of crossing the Rubicon River with his legions descending on Rome. Alea iacta est, the die was cast. Pompey knew that he could not oppose Caesar in Italy and withdrew to the east, where he had bigger forces at his disposal. Caesar could not follow him at once because he had to consolidate his position in Italy and Spain, and also because the crossing of the Adriatic Sea to Albania was actually very dangerous at that time. In the end, Caesar managed to cross the sea, but found himself encircled by Pompey's own land forces and a naval blockade by Pompey's subordinates. His position was thus very dangerous. However, at last Mark Antony broke the blockade and brought Caesar other reinforcements from Italy. Caesar was able to join Mark Antony, and Pompey was forced to entrench in the sea town of Dyrrhachium. The siege began, but it was very long and very costly for Caesar. After many sorties and counterattacks, Pompey found a weak spot in Caesar's siege works near the sea line and attacked there on July the 10th. The battle was violent and confused, but Caesar had to withdraw. Pompey, however, feared a trap by Caesar, did not exploit this victory, and let his adversary escape. The two would meet again at Pharsalus 1 month later, and Caesar would finally get his decisive victory. As you see, this battle is the result of many strategic maneuvers all around the Mediterranean, making this conflict one of the longest and more interesting of all Roman history. That is why I chose to speak about Julius Caesar, a very accessible block war game by Columbia Games that manages to capture much of the uncertainty, complexity, and dynamism of an ancient large-scale campaign. Rules are very easy to be familiar to anyone expert in block games, but there are interesting thematic touches like territorial legions, difficult naval operations, communication and logistics issues. The game is also very asymmetrical, with Caesar on the offensive while Pompey already starts with 7 of the 10 victory points he needs. And battles also are quite risky affairs given the fog of war, the hidden blocks, and powerful special events that had a lot of tension and strategic planning. All these, coupled with great components and easy availability on the market, makes Julius Caesar one of the most balanced, engaging, and attractive block games, on the same level of the much-praised Hammer of the Scots. And by the way, if you want, you can find a very well-made digital version of this game on Steam. So, that's it for this week. See you on the next Battlefields. Ciao!
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
Lock and Load Publishing and Heroes Road to Stalingrad. This is a lock and load tactical game system, and on the cover is my good friend, the OG, leading the pack. On June 28th, 1942, the German High Command launched its summer offensive, Case Blue. Man, he's in for some rough times, OG. And what you get with this game are 7 geomorphic 8.25 by 12.75 inch maps, 5 counter sheets, 1 color module rules and scenario booklet with 12 scenarios, 2 player aid cards, 7 player aid cards of 8.5 by 11, 1 heavy duty box and a lid, plus 2 D6.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Duce. Everybody at No Enemies here. This is Uwe Eichert, Academy Games. I've had a great, pumped up week. And it's Friday now, tomorrow, 4th of July weekend, celebrations. I'm not going to celebrate with many people. We're still doing our social distancing. But it's been intense. I am a big fan. If any of you out there know Jesse Itzler, phenomenal entrepreneur, what he's done in life and everything, but he's got a program, him and his buddy Chad Wright and Mark Brown, they're putting on their 30 days of excellence, and it just pumps me up. If you haven't seen any of their things, I'll put on a link later on the bottom of the comment section. Highly recommended. This is 30 days of just doing your best, concentrating, focusing on your job, on your relationships, on your workouts, your intensities. It is just getting me pumped. This week, I've been just upping up my physical conditioning, going out with the dogs, running in the mornings, 5 miles in the middle of the day. It's getting late. It's a little after 11 o'clock. I'm going to go out with the dog again, just pushing, trying to get in shape for this fall. Doing my meals, concentrating high protein. I'm vegetarian, of course, high protein vegetarian. In my personal things and personal life, in my projects, being intense in everything I'm doing. When I'm doing a project, working on a project, concentrating 100% on it. No more outside influences coming in. And what my commitments for these 30 days are. Number one, I wrote it down here. I'm going to be much more complimenting, consoling, and congratulating people. I have done this for years already. I'll go through my phone book while I'm driving and just call friends I haven't talked to in months, maybe even years. And then if someone's feeling down somewhere, don't just text them, say, hey, I feel bad for you. Call them, go over. Try to do something nice for them that they weren't expecting, so that they kind of shift out of their doldrums. Next thing is everything I do during a day, that night, I'm going to look at it and go, would I recommend myself? And you think about that. When you think back and think, how did I come across? How did I do that? Would I recommend myself? And then the third thing is, every decision I make in a day, and I wrote these down here, is how will this decision affect me and make me feel tomorrow? What I'm doing today, how will this make me feel tomorrow? So the last few days, this started on July 1st. I knew it was coming. My daughter and I are doing this together. This is every week. They have a talk together. Every day we're giving project, little things to think about, personal messages, things that we should commit to in our own lives. Love it, love it, love it. So highly recommended, 30 Days of Excellence. First time they ever did it. I don't know if you can still get into it, but it is well worth it. Then, Academy Games. Sorry, I'm getting on a rant there, Duce, but I've been pumped, man. Today's been a great day. Took down a tree, dug out the roots. Hot, sweaty when swimming in the pond. Went with the run with the dog. This new hip of mine got full hip replacement in beginning of March. Nothing anymore. So it is feeling good. Met a friend I hadn't seen in over a year at Tractor Supply, where I was getting some amoeba concentrate for the pond to break up some of the sediment. But what are we up to? What is new? War games. This is No Enemies here. So I'm going to share my screen a little. We are coming up with France 1940. Everything is pretty much done. I'm going to show you some of the things that are going in on it. Here is the history. These are the missions going through in the 12, where in the invasion of France 1940, each mission is taking place. The first one, September 1939, and you're thinking, hey, that was before the German invasion. Of course, it was the French invasion of Germany. It wasn't a big invasion, but hey. So let me get to the first mission, for example, and give you an idea of what the difference is between this France 1940 and what we've been done before. Because now each player will have their own mission book. And of course, the first mission is always we explain how things work. But what is so cool about it now is this is, for example, the Allied side. And let me try to come in on this. Beautiful new maps. I'm going to go through the maps and show you some of the beautiful details here in a second. But for example, in this mission, the French are coming in, and you can do your own setup with some of these. This is a first mission, so we're trying to keep it a little bit easier, of course. But the French intelligence, their recon intelligence, isn't exact. They don't quite know where the Germans are. They think they're manning this little village, which isn't a heavy village. You'll see some of the other villages later on. But they think these are where the Germans are. You don't really know. But really, the German, and I'm not going to show his side, the Germans see the French like this. And I just put how each side sees it, not like it'll be in the real mission books, so it won't be given away. Because during the Dragoon Assembly, which is a convention, virtual convention going on end of July, July 31st, August 1st, we are going to be having on Tabletopia, we'll be running this first mission and the second mission with up to 8 people. So if friends want to come, play 2 against 2 or head-to-head, you don't even have to know the people, just sign up for it. I won't be able to run too many games, but we're going to make it so that up to 8 people can sit and watch, comment, or even as a group play together if you want. So that's going to be July 31st and August 1st. We're going to be playing this mission and Mission 2, which is a bigger 4-player game. So here, the Germans think the French are coming in here, but really the French can be setting up and probably are going to be coming heavy in the flank. The French see the German units and everything. They don't know, but already on the board, German reinforcements are coming in here. This is during the beginning of the when France came into Germany and did the cross the Siegfried line and pushed the Germans back, and then the Germans came back in when the French pulled out. It was a half-hearted attack, but it's a good first mission. So in this game, of course, 3rd edition, the biggie is you don't know what the others have. You do not see in your book, you do not see their setups or anything. And the French, if this is the Allied one, see what they think the Germans have. They don't really know what they really have. So very exciting. So let me show you here a few more pictures. Oh, this is how I should have been showing it. I had a nice big PDF here of this first mission. And let me show you some of the maps. This map here is, show you a close-up of it, is right here. And this is map number 3. You can see this is a new artist. This is a very sparse type of terrain here. Village outskirts. Beautiful artwork. Do not go by the hex numbers. Dan's in a rush for me to get this out to him, but here you can see the cows, cattle, all kinds of beautiful terrain going on here. Beautiful details in this game. The numbers are going to be much more highlighted behind this. I put this together today so that you could see what we're going on. Then map 4, for example, the actual village of Avlon in France. And again, beautiful detail. Here, their actual cathedral as it is. Go on Google Maps, check it out. We are trying to give a much more dense, actual how these villages were, how they looked, how the cities are. You can see here even though these are, the center dots are on stone buildings, which of course give incredible defense to infantry and foot units, but panzers and other mobile units can drive through them because of the roads going through. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful details with the gardens, the tractors. Just this new artist that we tried is doing a very incredible job. Unfortunately, our old artist has had some medical issues, so he couldn't do the maps. And I have to say, we got very lucky testing out the various artists to get this beautiful map going. Hopefully I'm not going too fast, but you can see they're huge, big, beautiful maps. Look at this Friedhof here. Gorgeous for the way it is in Europe, in France at the time. I don't want to get too high in close-up resolution because that doesn't look good either. Here, for example, is map 1. Again, beautiful, much more open fields and terrain going on for the openness. And of course, this game will have tons of overlay. Rivers for the river crossings, all kinds of stuff. Invasion of France. So I hope you guys are liking what you see. I hope you're stoked about this beautiful new artwork we're doing. And I want to then also say we have our One Small Step is coming out, is shipping right now, and we'll be trying to get by end of July, but it may be now beginning of August, because we decided to go through the Panama Canal and bring it in through Jackson, Florida, so that we can then ship it from Quartermaster Logistics instead of coming in from Seattle, Washington with rail into Chicago or into Cleveland and then doing it from up here. I want to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July. If you guys want to try out the new France 1940, let me know. Oh, and we got some really cool news I'll be putting later on what we're doing with our Stalingrad from the Soviet perspective. That is coming along very quickly. The people are going to be pre-ordering for France 1940, and we're not mentioning anything online yet because we expect it to ship end of third, well, let's say beginning of fourth quarter. So I'd like to get it shipping in October. We're already beginning printing. The only thing that I'm doing right now is doing the final play testing. I'm doing a lot of play testing, making sure it's tight. Anybody interested in play testing, we're doing it through Tabletopia. Very simple, very easy way. It's like as if you're playing face-to-face. And if you want to play or even play some other people, let me know. It's not open to everybody. I have to give you the links and give you a password in so that not everybody in the world is going in and trying it. France, One Small Step is coming out. Oh, I want to say, Stalingrad from the Soviet perspective is coming along great. We have a hard release date of June of 2021 with that. From the Soviet perspective, very good. And those who have heard some of my other talks, what we're doing with the U.S. Marine Corps Association and their tactical decision training games that they've been doing. We're doing board game training methods for that we are going to offer versions of it to the public. And that is going to be quite interesting. We're concentrating on the Eastern Russian front at this stage and are already putting a lot of effort into, number one, the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan, and then also afterwards the American. But that's going to be in our Com Ops series and not in the Conflict of Heroes series. So I wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Thank you very much. Check out 30 Days of Excellence with Jesse Itzler and get pumped. Stay with it. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't go partying. Well, if you want to come over here and party, as long as you bring lots of schnapps, because everybody knows a bottle of schnapps will kill everything. Happy 4th of July, and thanks a lot, and have a great week.
My Own Worst Enemy is doing a gameplay of McPherson's Ridge intro and turn 1. This is a game designed by R. Vance Buck and published by Amarillo Design Bureau or Task Force Games. Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang on War Game Wednesdays is showing he's unboxing The Men of Iron Tri-Pack on the Daily Dope number 507, a game designed, or I should say 3 games designed by Richard Berg. And talking about Jeff McAleer, the gentlemen of the Player's Aid, I should say, are reviewing Old School Tactical Volume 3 from Flying Pig Games, designed by fellow Canadian Shane Logan. Also, in another video, they are ranking Command and Colors series. And Alexander is unboxing Brief Border Wars from Compass Games, and another fellow Canadian, Brian Train. Marco Omnigamer reviews France 1944, The Allied Crusade in Europe, a game designed by Mark Herman, published by Compass Games, and developed by Judd Vance. John Krantz and Compass Games was live with episode 35, featuring special guest Christopher Davis.
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurions Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institution's first game we're reviewing this week on our website is The Victory of Arminius, Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD. It's from Turning Point Simulations. It's a very simple game about this ambush. Basically, the Romans are forced to walk into an ambush and they have to get off the map, essentially. It's very crowded. There's a lot of stacks of chits falling over and stuff. But anyhow, read the review and see my thoughts about it. Alright, first game we're taking a look at on YouTube is Ambush at LZ Albany from Modern War magazine number 24. I just bought the first 36 issues of Modern War. I had some of them already, but I got a whole bunch, so I'll be doing unboxing videos of quite a few of them, and the ones that interest me the most I'll review. I was going to review this one, but I ended up just doing a first thoughts on it because it didn't interest me enough to do a review on it, but take a look at the first thoughts video to get a general overview of the game. And then we're doing a first look at Infidel from Richard Berg, The Supremacy of Cavalry in the Crusader Era from the 11th to 12th century. It has real nice components, and the rule book is pretty short, especially for a GMT game, so I'm going to try this one of these days. Looks like it won't take much to get into it, and hopefully it turns out to be a great game. The next game we're doing a first look at on our YouTube channel is Stargate from SPI. It's Space Capsule number 2, the final space battle for galactic freedom. Looks like John Butterfield is the author and Redmond Simonson did the graphics. Looks kind of strange, which is okay for this kind of game. Back then, a lot of science fiction games were kind of strange, but hopefully it turns out to be a really fun game. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon on our website and on our YouTube channel. Have a good evening.
Also, check out Centurion Review's shop. He's got some games he's unloading. Really nice prices. Check it out on centurionsreview.com. Rough Swordsman Wargamer is continuing his playthrough of RAF The Battle of Britain 1940 from Decision Games, designed by John Butterfield, Part 2. Counterproductive Games is doing a Let's Play Fighting Formation Kharkov, Part 2, a system designed by Chad Jensen, published by GMT. And talking about fighting formations Kharkov with the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division section, whatever. Watch this. This is what I did on the Dice Tower. Now, Waking the Bear does that. Fights little battles in Operation Barbarossa. Some Barbarossa games is just a full baranging. And in their other game in the Conflicts of Heroes series called Storms of Steel, Academy Games goes in depth into the Battle of Kursk and the Battle of Kharkov with the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. The what? The Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. And talking about the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division, the what? The Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. GMT has a game out just called The Battle for Kharkov with the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. The what? GIMPY of the GIMPY Gamer continues his review through of Zeppelin Raiders, a game by Gregory M. Smith, published by Compass Games, and also does The GIMPY Painter, Part 4, with Blood Bowl, The Undead.
Hello, this is ARDWULF, and I'm not wearing any pants. Hey folks, it's ARDWULF. Welcome. We're going to buzz through real quick the content that has appeared on ARDWULF'S Lair in the last week. We started out the week on Sunday with revisiting the Great Battles of the American Civil War series entry Dead of Winter, which is the Battle of Murfreesboro. On Monday, we resumed our campaign of a hot, dry season set in November 1966 in Vietnam with the designer Patrick Mullen. On Tuesday, we unboxed Forbidden Lands, a new sandbox hex crawl RPG system. On Wednesday, we unboxed Antietam 1862 from Worthington Games. This is an entry in the Civil War Brigade Battle series. And on Friday, we had two videos. The first is a review of Compass Games' new release, Stellar Horizons, which I liked a lot, but check out the video to hear all of the good things and bad things I found in the game. And then on Friday evening, we had a live stream of another game in the Civil War Brigade Battle series from Worthington Games. This one is Shiloh 1862. So what's coming up next week on ARDWULF'S Lair? Well, here it is. Starting out the week again on Sunday, we'll be resuming the Great Battles of the American Civil War with Dead of Winter and the Battle of Murfreesboro at 2 p.m. Eastern. At 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday evening, we will be resuming a hot, dry season with the designer Patrick Mullen. On Traveler Tuesday, we'll be doing an unboxing and flip-through of the new Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society slipcase set from Mongoose Publishing. On Wednesday, we'll be unboxing Stonewall's Sword from Revolution Games. This is a game in the Blind Swords series designed by Herman Luttman. If you'd like to see some content on that, we have done some playthrough video of the P. Ridge game Thunder in the Ozarks on the channel. And lastly, on Friday, there will be a live stream of some kind. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but be sure to stay tuned and to subscribe to the channel. And if you click the bell icon, you will get notified when the schedule for that stream goes up. So for now, thanks for watching and happy gaming.
Just go to DVG, use this code, and get what's a coming to you. Stigler of Stigler for Details, number 10, does a Gettysburg anniversary 3 days of Gettysburg playthrough. Mo of Mo's Game Table is live with Whiskey Charlie with Nate, the GIMPY Gamer, and the CEO himself, Kevin Sharp, and they are interviewing Natalie Wachowczyk, or Wachowicz. Oh my god, I massacred her name. Anyways, Whiskey Charlie, episode 12, with Natalia Wachowicz, Wargaming Experience. And the Hugh Hefner of Wargames, obviously because of his robe, gives a shout out to new channels and an update. Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargaming is doing a Verdun 1916 Steel Inferno review, and here he says This covers the good, the bad, and the ugly of this World War II game, and the good starts at this time, the bad starts at this time, and the ugly starts at this time, and final thoughts start at 30 minutes and 10 seconds. Damn it! Why am I screaming? Why am I screaming? Why am I screaming? Jan Heinemann of Let's Play History is playing Winter War. These are obviously computer games. Also Strategic Command World War II War in Europe. And he also plays Serrano versus Let's Play History in Fields of Glory 2, Parts 1, 2, and 3. Lock and Load Publishing and the OG taking a look at the scenario books now available from Lock and Load Publishing. And Tim of Harebrained Games reviews Pan Am. Take to the Skies in Pan Am, a game for 2 to 4 players vying for control of the air routes across the globe. Harebrained Games, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I just checked out Seek Out and Play's preview video, and I was so impressed with the video that I stole it. I ripped the clip. And I have to show you. And I hope he doesn't mind. Because if he does, I'll take it off. On the big board, I'll tell you what's happening on the big board. The CEO takes a look at great campaigns of the American Civil War. Atlanta is ours. Tony Kinnear continues his Clash of Giants Civil War Battle of the Second Bull Run, August 29th recap. Wayne Hansen and Let's Play Hornet Leader Convoy Mission, a game published by DVG. Jeff the Cap Capuano is doing La Bataille de Heidelberg 1813, and he says this is a new print and play offering in La Bataille series from Marshall Enterprises, depicting the small battle of Heidelberg from the 1813 summer campaign. Jeff. Ben Hirsch of Harsh Rules, breaking down board games, takes a look at Fields of Despair, Part 1, The Action Phase, a game published by GMT. Chief of Bonding with Board Games reviews Agents of Mayhem, Pride of Babylon, a game designed by Gunther Eichert. of Academy Games, and also unboxes Airborne in Your Pocket, a game designed by Emmanuel Oaken, published by Word Forge Games. Calandale continues his playthrough of Stellar Horizons, a game published by Compass Games. He's in the year 2090. Combat Board Games takes a look at some of the old Lost Worlds combat board games. He's also taken a look at Combat Command series game books. Nathan, the Wise Guy, does a live playthrough of Vietnam 65 from Slithering Games, made in 2015. Also does the Wilt's Waltz Scenario Number 1 from Race for Bastogne, a game designed by Joe Chacon, published by MMP, and does Nations in Arms, Valmy to Waterloo, Rules Primer Number 1, published by Compass Games, designed by Stanislaw Thomas, and does Pandemic, Fall of Rome, Overview and Example of Play, designed by Matt Leacock and Paolo Mori, published by Z-Man Games. Phalanx Games and Domination. This is an asymmetrical strategy game for 2 to 4 people that plays in 90 minutes. And what you get with this game is a game box, a game board, 56 by 56 centimeters, 4 technology boards, 52 cards, 69 tokens, heavy cardboard, exclusive linen finish, and different and upgraded components in the deluxe edition. Vento Nuovo and Emanuela Santandrea's game Black Swan, Europe 1939 to 1945. This is a block game for 2 to 5 players with great solitaire suitability to replay World War II in Europe from 39 to 45. And what you get with this game is over 575 game components. You should check out the website. It's a thing of beauty. DVG and the expansions for Hornet Leader, Phantom Leader, Israeli Leader, and B-17 Flying Force Leader expansions. What's included? Alternate targets. It adds a huge amount of replayability to campaigns. Each expansion offers an alternate target for every target in the core game. DVG, Worthington Games, and 1944 Battle of the Bulge. What you get with this game is a thick game box, large 22 by 34 inch hard-mounted game board, 2 sheets of large counters, 2 sets of rules, combat custom dice, objective cards, and custom counter tray. Rufaina has a couple of Johnny Zero episodes out, especially episode 125, where yours truly says a few words in Italian and says hello to his fellow compadres. Could you believe it? There's an event planned. Compass Expo 2020, November 5th to 9th, 2020 at Comfort Inn and Suite in Meriden, Connecticut, where you'll have Monster Games on Opening Gaming. Monster Games and Opening Gaming, designer-hosted playtest sessions, game demonstration, Eurogames, tournament play, seminars, buffet breakfast, Compass Games exhibitor hours for on-site sales, special attendee discounts, free parking, and just a heck of a good time. It's great to have an expo or a con back. The Dice Tower and BGG are announcing a 2020 virtual charity auction, sponsored obviously by the Dice Tower and Board Game Geek. Oh man, another week, another show. I just came back from the farm and I got some goat spittle here. Oh man, I can't believe it. And I guess you saw me with my new collection. Hey, I'm starting a military war helmet collection. So my first one was obviously. I've wanted a German helmet for a long time, and I got a big head because I look stupid in it, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, how threatening could this have been, you know? Anyways, and well, being at the farm today, I was with the goat. So the goat wasn't happy for some reason, right? And some kids were playing with the goat. And anyways, the goat wasn't being fed, so he jumped on one of the kids, and with the hooves, like, he hit the kid, and that really hurt, man. So the mother was there, and she came with an umbrella, and I'm trying to help the kid, and I turn around, and the mother stabs me in the gut with the umbrella. I mean, I still have the hole. Here it is. There. It's a bad joke. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting this channel. Please support this channel. It's great. It helps me evolve and get new software, get new things to make things better. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, good or bad. The bad ones, I know who you are. And I'll see you next week, man.